Super League spotlight shining so bright. Interviews and news, come join the hype.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Super League Spotlight with Mark and of course Rona as always. Rona, how are you this week?
I'm wonderful, thank you. How are you?
I'm all good. I'm on half term, so I'm off work, so
Oh,
happy
that's
days.
why. Got you.
But today we've got a very special guest, New Zealand and Oakland Wolves star Ella Fotu. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And how are you doing? How's life in England treating you?
It's good. I'm actually really enjoying it. It's quite the adventure. Definitely adjusting to the weather and that a bit, but nah, I've had a lot of fun.
Everyone says the weather's the issue.
And the darkness is a bit different, but early dark. But no, yeah, it's been an adventure.
Where are you actually from in New Zealand?
Auckland,
Oh,
so North
nice.
Island, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I spent some time in New Zealand. I've got family there, so
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
nice part of
Auckland?
the world. They were Wellington, then they were Auckland,
Okay,
and
yeah.
now they are somewhere a bit more specific. That I can't probably tell you off the top of my head.
Yeah, no. That's cool though. Yeah, have you
Yeah.
been? You've been?
Yeah, I loved it. I spent probably about 6, 7 weeks there, sort of
Oh,
traveling
cool.
around, doing all the nice stuff. It was a long time ago now because it was when Christchurch had the massive earthquake.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, we were in Wellington at the time, staying with them actually, and then we worked our way around Christchurch. So that was quite devastating to see.
Yeah, it
Um,
was.
but yeah, a beautiful country. My only thing with New Zealand is it's too far away. Like I would move there in a heartbeat, but yeah,
Literally like 2 days to get there,
uh
like so far.
yeah, lovely part of the world though. So yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Ella, how do you find the difference then, like the time differences and the fact that you are so far away from home?
Yeah, the most would be just like catching up with family. It definitely have to plan out that a bit more. Catch them while at the when I wake up and they're about to go to bed, or other way around. I have brothers in Japan too, so the time difference is yeah, just figuring that out. But it's all right. Thank goodness for like video chat these days.
Yeah, as in Zoom and video chat and mobile phones is kind of cha game changer, really.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's kind of go right back to the beginning, back in New Zealand. When did you first start playing basketball?
Um, I would say about 11. We play mini ball, a little adjusted. Yeah, I played quite a few sports though, so I played a lot of sports growing up. But yeah, I would say about 11.
Go on, tell us some of the sports that you did when you were growing up.
I stuck with netball all through growing up and touch rugby. Dabbled in a little rugby as well. Yeah, just tried out all kind of sports.
Yeah, New Zealand are all right at rugby. So,
All right, I
yeah.
guess.
I mean, sometimes they win some stuff, I think, but
Yeah, something like the Olympics and
yeah,
that. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
Something. Yeah, but yeah, I dabbled in it. And then I don't know, bit soft. I wanted to go indoor sport.
Yeah, like that's kind of my philosophy on things. Indoor sport, perfect.
Yeah, oh, they used to make us play netball outside too, and I was like, oh, don't know about that.
That's an English thing as well. So you be careful that somebody doesn't hear on this podcast you can play a bit of netball. You'll find yourself out and you thought New Zealand weather was bad.
Oh
I
no, I
play.
cannot imagine. Oh my gosh. Oh, I cannot imagine. We used to play in the cold and rain, but I mean, our cold and your cold is probably a bit
Bit different.
different. Yeah.
I dabbled in some netball when I was living in London and it was all outdoors. And I was like, sorry, what? I thought I was signing up to play because we trained indoors. And I'll kid you not, I was playing goal attack, just FYI, because that's how talented I
Oh yeah,
was. But
shooter.
yeah, shooter, doesn't matter. But the problem was, this day, it was so windy, I'd shoot the ball and it just spun and would come back
Yeah.
down. And I'm like, what even is this stupid sport that I'm being made to play outdoors? Like,
Yeah, no.
outfit was cute, weather not so much.
Cute outfit, yeah. Looking cute outdoors. Cold.
Rona, when you talking the other week about warming up in Spain outdoors
Right.
in your basketball.
A total opposite. So you go from, do you know what? I just kind of moaned, don't I? I was like, it was far too warm in Spain to warm up.
Too hot.
I was like, don't, I'll get sunstroke. And then
Yeah.
I'm down playing netball in London going, it's too cold. I'll have hypothermia. I'm actually quite a princess. I never had myself down as such a princess, but there we go. Thank you, Mark. Thank you.
I'll keep you right, don't worry. So, started at 11, where did you go from that point, and when did you think, oh, I'm pretty good at basketball, this might be something I want to do when I'm a bit older? Talk us through kind of the early years of basketball for you.
For me, it was I played through high school and then I was like pretty decent, like pretty good at netball, touch, and basketball. And then I started doing some age groups for New Zealand in basketball around 16, 17. And then I saw my brother, he went to college in the States and he got obviously a scholarship there. So then I started thinking, oh, what like that looks fun. A little
Mhm.
travel, get your school paid for. So probably my last 2 years of high school, I really started training more basketball. Yeah, put that first. Try to get a scholarship.
Nice. Right. So, how does it always fascinates me this kind of when players go to America, how does that scholarship come about? How did you find the school you ended up going to? Did they reach out to you? How does that all work?
Yeah, it's quite a process actually. Definitely from a smaller country like New Zealand. I would say for me, it helped that I played age group like representatives for New Zealand. I think like it's quite a while now back, but I'm pretty sure I went through a agency quite a deal,
Mhm.
and then they put me out there for schools, and then schools would reach back to them. That in my head, that's how it worked. My parents probably know way more actually,
Might be
and so
totally
I,
different.
yeah, 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 imagine. But yeah, that's how it worked, and then schools reached out. So my first school was I didn't actually go on official visits either, which I would probably recommend to younger to definitely go to schools if they offer it, get the real feel for it. But I went to Idaho, Boise State my first year, and then transferred to D2 in Hawaii my for 2 more years.
What was the transfer for then? Was it? What made that decision for you?
Um, Now I'm gonna sound a bit soft, but a bit of the weather, and I think I got a lot of culture shock my first year, which was a big learning for me personally, and just coach probably. Yeah,
Right.
a bit more closer to home to Hawaii.
Fair.
Triple threat reason.
So talk us through your experiences in America, because from what I hear, it's quite intense. Talk us through kind of your personal experiences.
Yeah, it is intense. Definitely back when I went, and I can only imagine people older than me, but you didn't know much about it going over. I think I mean, Americans can be very intense, and it's quite a business as well. You forget there is a business side in the college. Um, it's it's yeah, no, it is a lot, and but I think you can learn a lot from it. Like I would always encourage people to go try it out. I would just say make sure you choose a school that really suits you and don't get like caught up in all the hype of what like D1, D2, D3 or like what it looks like. It's just the best fit for you.
And you think
What
looking
did
at schools beforehand would probably be a good thing to do as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And just making sure you talk to the coaches and like players that are at the school. Just try to get a real good idea of it all. Because, you know, when they're trying to get you, they'll put their best foot forward.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I was going to ask just what were the biggest differences? We've had people on the podcast before, and maybe they're going to America and English is their second language. So obviously you don't have that bad, but you talk about the weather and things, and it's not necessarily a soft thing, but it's a huge adjustment. So was it terms of style of play as well? You know, because we see a big difference between European basketball and college basketball, but actually coming from where you did, different style of basketball play as well. Like you say, far more business like as opposed to that too easy, chill Kiwi
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah,
And not that
yeah,
you'd have
you
played
know what?
sport with that sense, but you know what I mean? It's a
Yeah,
different
no,
attitude, you're
exactly.
right.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, you like, yeah, like you said, in New Zealand, chill, like your coaches want the best for you all around. Like, but going into college, like they coach has a job to do and you're there to do your job. And yeah, just a bit more tense and like it's easy to feel like the pressure of it all. Definitely coming from a like smaller country too, you're like representing people from New Zealand, you know, in the States. So it's easy to put pressure on yourself, I think.
And how long did you stay in America for? Like, how long were you there for?
All up 3 years.
Okay,
Yeah, 3 years. Yeah. Went home to finish my degree.
right. Did you play basketball when you went back to New Zealand?
Yeah, so I had a bit of a love-hate relationship with basketball. So I had a break after college. And yeah, just worked and studied. And then like yeah, started playing again in New Zealand, playing back with coaches I knew, and then got selected for the New Zealand team, and that kind of sparked my journey again. Back in it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that sounds
think
amazing. There was the international team recognition. Explain kind of the feeling that you get when you represent your country in the sport.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're so proudful in New Zealand, like getting to wear that the fern and just represent like New Zealand. That's like growing up, that's all I strived for in sport. It was representing your country on the world stage. I think it's always cool to go against other countries. Like it's crazy.
And you've been part of 3x3 and 5v5, is that right as well?
Yeah.
You've had a bit of a mix of experience within those. Tell us about 3x3 because obviously we're fairly new to that in this country. I feel in the last few years there's been teams competing in different competitions, but we're fairly new to that. Explain us from your kind of experiences with 3x3.
Yeah, I think it's weirdly, I actually back in when I was like 16, that's when it was like trying to be pushed. And I remember playing there, but I hadn't played again ever since like 2022, maybe 2021, got back into it. I just love the game. Like I personally love it a bit, maybe a bit more than five on five. Um, but yeah, we had an opportunity to play for New Zealand in the World's Cup, and I think yeah, it's just a fast, fun game, and it's slowly getting bigger in New Zealand too. I think I came to the Commonwealth here in 22, I think, and you guys did well.
mhm.
Um, that was a good, yeah, you guys did really well. It was sad for us.
Well, the
So.
Commonwealth Games is back on the shores in Glasgow 2026 as well, and 3x3 is part of that. So that'll be
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, yeah.
Kind of the
I'm gonna
follow on
try
from
get it.
2022.
Yeah, I need a redemption. I need to get to that.
Right, you heard
That's a
it here
goal.
first.
Yeah, yeah, you heard it here first. That's the one.
So you have a kind of love-hate relationship with basketball, in and
Yeah.
out kind of thing. Talk us through when Oakland's came into the mix for you.
So I was after 2022, I was actually talking to some of the English coaches and I was like, oh, I have a passport, like I want to come play. And so they connected me with some of the coaches here. Then 2023, I did my ACL, so it kind of put things on hold a bit. So I was out, and then I also had a teammate that was at Oakland's, Amy West from New Zealand. She used to play. So kind of through that and just, yeah, keeping in contact with Lee. That I think we even connected before I got injured, maybe. And then, yeah, or after. Sorry, time is gone. It's crazy. But yeah, it definitely helped with Amy West. Yeah.
Yeah. Rona, how many times do we mention ACLs on this podcast?
Oh,
I
really?
know.
Ugh. It's
It's seems to be, I don't know, it happens, isn't it? And is there not studies now showing that women are more predisposed to them because of
yeah.
how hips, knees, and ankles, how they sit, so then how everything tracks.
Yeah, it's like that.
Makes you,
Yeah.
yeah, and they're now saying they could probably pre-diagnose your likelihood, I think, of ACLs, MCLs, etc. going.
Yeah, I heard
Um,
that too,
mhm.
which is
Which is
crazy.
it's interesting, but I'm like,
Yeah,
would you want to know? Because then would you play as if
true.
it's going to happen every game? Would you be less careful or more careful? Or, someone
Yeah,
gets told, oh,
hesitation. Yeah.
you're not at risk of it, but doesn't mean it wouldn't happen. So I don't know how
Yeah.
that'd be a really interesting study, if you're a placebo group and whatever, and depending on what you told them, how player, maybe it wouldn't change how you played, but how would the
Definitely.
sports scientists track you as well? If they're like, oh, you're more at risk of this. It's
Yeah. That'd
it'd
be
be quite
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah. But it would be good to maybe know, and then you can do the right
Yeah,
strengthening too.
definitely. Yeah.
Like the sports science podcast now. This is good. We're
Yeah.
going into a different direction now, talking about studies and all sorts.
Like your source.
Yeah.
How was that for you then? Because obviously it's a big injury. There's a lot that comes with that, like the mental side of things. How did you deal with all that?
Yeah, that was hard because I had a whole year planned out, and then to be sidelined like that and watch everyone else do it is pretty tough. I think again you get to have time to see who you are and what you like outside of basketball. Disconnect from being an athlete, which is very hard when you've played all your life. But yeah, just figuring out other outside of the game. I just trusted the process and my journey and tried to take the learning. I mean, it's character building. I would just say character building, and then it helps.
And then after the injury, got in touch with Lee, or Lee got in touch with you, and then the move to Oakland's came about. How like that big, another big move, obviously America one, but another big move. However long travel it is to get to
Yeah.
UK. Um, talk to your thoughts and feelings as that move was kind of edging closer and as it happened.
Yeah, so I was like working in New Zealand and playing, and then I got injured. And just being injured and then even working, some of my colleagues were all like, yeah, you got to play sport while you can. And I think being like not my choice, but having to sit and like having to like not play, it made me want to more. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna get out, use basketball while I can to travel. And that's probably when it stood out the most for me because I went to Oz for a bit prior to coming to Oakland's. So yeah, talking to Lee, I was like, yeah, it seemed right, and the program seemed right. So this, I was like, yeah, why not?
One of the best things about basketball, I feel, the fact you get as well, you get to travel all the time and you get to see kind of loads of new places.
Exactly that. So like, as you get older, you're like, what do you want from this now, and like, what are you trying to do? So like for me, I'm like, travel. Like you get to see the world and meet new people, which is always a great time, mostly.
Mostly. So, have you done the touristy thing yet? And have you been to London and different parts of the UK?
Yeah, I feel like I've done decent because like there's quite a lot of Kiwis, in London, and including my friends from high school. So I've like been able to pop in, and we've kind of gone around to Edinburgh and York, and I have a friend in Exeter. So been trying to get around while I can.
The northeast of England's a
Yeah.
lovely place, just to let you know. Newcastle.
Yeah.
Right, let's talk about Auckland in a little bit more detail then. You've had a really good start of the season, 11-0 in the league, the final of the Betty Cordona Trophy. I didn't want to mention that too much, but talk us
Yeah.
through the season so far in your eyes.
No, it's been a good season. I think the best thing is that we actually have such a good group of girls and our chemistry is insane. So I think that really helps. We have a high IQ and a lot of experience. So, and like a variety of types of play. So it's been really cool. Yeah, just good character, honestly.
At the start of
How
the
much
season.
did you
Sorry, you want to
know
go.
about how much did you know about your teammates before you came, or what the roster was going to look like? Because Oakland's in the past have been quite a developmental team. They've had a lot of academy players, whereas this season, you guys, like you say, have come out all guns blazing. What is it,
Yeah.
5 internationalists on you?
Yeah, I
Your
think it
book's like
is.
it's stacked. So how much did you know about that coming in and what you were signing up to, and how exciting was it for you?
Yeah, no, it's so exciting. I actually didn't know too much. Like when talking to Lee, he said, "Yeah, we've got some good players." And then he also asked about Tejana on our team, who was
Mhm.
playing in Australia with me. So yeah, I didn't know too much, and my thoughts were like, "Oh, I'm going to travel, like, get my body right, like, improve my game personally." So I didn't initially know the level of the other players, but
Mhm.
then we did introductions and in a message group chat. And it was like the United Nations, like everyone was like, "Oh, I'm playing from here." And I was like, wow. And yeah, just when I got here and we started playing, I was like, oh my gosh, like these are some great players.
Yeah, I mean, you have
So
got like a
yeah.
stacked roster, and one person that stands out for me is Shanice Beckford-Norton, coming from that London team last year that was kind of all conquering that leadership role, and she's kind of just slotted straight into a different team, but she just seems like she's one of the best teammates to have, I guess.
Oh, oh my gosh, I can't say good enough stuff. I'm a big fan. Yeah, she is a great player and a great human and just brings such essence to the team and that leadership. Yeah, our captain, of course. But yeah, she is one of a kind type.
So I don't want to talk about it a lot, but that Betty Cudowna Trophy final, obviously we
Joking.
can talk about it a little bit. You're here with friends.
Of course.
And Rona was actually there. Did you enjoy it, Rona?
Yeah, it was decent. I mean, Gladiators are my club. I've been there since 18 years or something terrible. Since like before they were the Gladiators as well. So for me though, the advert for women's basketball was just next level. I'd been at the London Lions Euro Cup game as well, which was awesome. So that was, yeah. I just think the advert and the showcase that both teams put on, which I'm really hoping it'll be the same in the cup because obviously you guys will be there as well against Hatters. I
Yeah.
just think for anyone there watching, especially after the men's game became such a blowout, I'm just like, why wouldn't you watch women's sports? Like that had everything you wanted it to have. Unfortunate the end of it you came out of, but yeah, I think women's basketball was a winner on the day.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. And it's just uplifting women's sport. We just all love that.
Mhm.
So even though it was us that didn't quite make it in the end.
But what do you take in? Rona obviously mentioned the cup final coming up in March. What do you take from that game into the next big final that you're going to be a part of?
Yeah, I think for us, it's definitely focusing on our strengths and just making sure we're all locked in on ourselves and then obviously doing our scout well. We've talked about that a lot, making sure we've got our scout down and yeah, just bringing our own energy and playing our type of basketball.
Amazing. And what does success look like for Oakland? Is it remaining undefeated in the league? Is it just getting to the is what does success look like for Oakland's?
I mean, overall, I guess he's always saying our last game is to be our best game, so just constant
Mm.
improvement. But I mean, it's basketball, so like for me, I reckon we're trying to win it all
Yeah.
as it goes. Yeah, we're just trying to take it all out.
Starting on March 9th against Sheffield in that cup.
Yeah, starting there. We're leaving with something.
And do you not think as well, having been in a situation, even though it wasn't the positive outcome you would want, you've got a full team now of players who've been on that stage this season. Taking that in must be invaluable. Sheffield have some very veteran and seasoned players themselves and high quality, but they've not necessarily been in that different setup where the changing rooms are different, different for both teams. There's more announcements, there's more media, more hype.
Definitely, yeah, yeah. Like now we have a bit of yeah, we're going in knowing a bit more how it's all set up. Can control our nerves a bit. That's always helpful. Yeah, I think there is an advantage to it, but it's always who shows up on the day for those types of
Mhm.
games.
Who puts the ball in the basket the most amount of times?
Exactly. Keep it
Quite simple, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, it's dead
exactly.
easy. Someone once said basketball's a simple game, overcomplicated. And I'm like, so often it is.
Oh my gosh, it really is.
Like a fast break layup is the exact same as a 23-second offense for a
Yeah.
pull-up shot.
Yeah, like just go get a layup.
Come to me for more basketball coaching tips.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, just
So guys,
mention that
just
to
run
Lee.
layups.
Mention that to Lee training later. Just say, actually, this is too complicated. We just need to
yeah,
just.
you know what? Stop.
We'll just run layups.
Layups. Man, I
Right,
missed a
let's-
layup in the final, so I do need to do layups.
I think everyone did. But I think that's the what's the you call it? That's like the bigness of the game, isn't it? And
Yeah.
being in that situation, and it's just under. I mean, the last shot of the game was just undercooked. That's all it was. And you
Yeah, and
bank
all
on her
those
to
free
score it.
throws. Yeah.
The free throws as well was mind blowing. But then you made up for it, and you can see the improvements and the little changes that you had then for the league game, the championship game on
Yeah.
Sunday. So it's interesting, and you could, like you say, you can only keep building and moving. If you were then to have capitulated after that, then that's season ending. But
Yeah, exactly. Just got to keep moving, keep getting better. As cheesy as it sounds, it literally is just you take the learnings from it. The only
Mhm.
way.
and then cry into your pillow for 3 days.
Yeah,
straight.
or in
You're
the
ending like
shower.
me.
Like, yeah. Either one. You still cry, but
Yeah.
I was going to say we're a motivational podcast now, but then you talk about crying in your pillow, so I don't think.
oh, we ruined it.
That's
Let's.
a balance. That's a
Yeah,
balance.
balance. I like it.
That's
Like it.
well-being.
Right, let's finish off with some quick fire questions, just nice and easy. Get a chance to know you a bit better. I'll start with, what's your favorite Netflix series at the moment?
Oh, gosh, I don't even watch many series, but I've been watching Law and Order with my teammate.
Right, okay. I've never seen it.
I know, it's just when we're having our tea and digestives, we put it on.
Ooh, teen digestives. How British.
Proper, yeah. We're immersing in the culture.
Okay, to link that, favorite teammate.
Ooh,
Oh, I
Current.
can't do that.
Everyone says that, but they have one that initially just springs to mind.
No, I honestly, all my teammates, I actually, no, I actually can't. I'm sorry. I actually can't. Everyone has a own place in my heart,
That's such a Kiwi answer.
that's Rona just trying to throw you under the bus there, mind.
Yeah,
Always.
I'll get heat for it.
What's your favorite jersey number?
42, because it's my family. We all play 4-2, 4-2, 4.
Oh,
I like it.
Yeah.
Look at that. We were like that. Wow.
Yeah, that was
so easily
genuine.
impressed.
No, but you normally ask that question about jersey numbers. It's like, oh, it's just like what I got in college, and it was just the one I picked. Like one, no story behind it. That's a good story. I like that one.
Yeah, we all play it, me and my brothers.
Nice. Favorite. Usually we go pre. What's your favorite post game meal? Like when you can just sort of let loose a wee bit.
That's a noise we made just before when you said.
Yeah.
Post game, I love a burger, like a fried chicken burger.
Solid.
Yeah, I love food anyway, but we get these burritos sometimes that are really nice, chicken burrito.
Nice.
Pineapple on a pizza, yes or no?
Oh, not for me, no.
Okay.
I respect it for others, but no. No, thank you.
Favorite country to visit?
This is hard. I like that I have or I want to.
Let's go. You have. So it's
I
backed up.
enjoyed Prague.
Nice.
Yeah, city, I guess.
Yeah. Right, should we finish off with, can you finish this sentence for me then? I love basketball because.
The people
The people.
I meet. The people I meet.
All 11 of your teammates, because they're all equal.
All of them equal on one line.
Yeah.
No one better than the other. Except Not joking.
Oh, I thought we were getting this.
Joking, no.
Ella, it's been fascinating to hear your story and kind of the big journeys you've had to America, to obviously England now, and the kind of up and down nature and injuries. It's been fascinating to hear your story. So thank you for sharing us with us and sharing the time with us as well.
No, I've had fun. You guys are cool.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
having me.
That was a thank you for coming, not thank you for calling
Yeah,
us. Oh my God, thank you so much.
I'm taking it.
Thank you.
But no, good luck with the rest of the season. Good luck on March 9th against Sheffield. We'll be watching, obviously, when we... yeah, good luck.
Thank you.